going to be the first episode of my, I guess, podcast or recording series. I don't know what to call it. I don't know if, first of all, I don't know if anyone's going to listen to this. If you are, thank you. Second of all, I don't know if I'm ever going to make a second episode or, just keep going. Basically, I'm doing this series, or at least this episode, to express myself. Sorry for the cut. There was a train going by my window. As I was saying, I'm making this episode to kind of express myself because, frankly, I don't really have any artistic talents. I am awful at music. I can't draw. I hate writing, but I think I can at least express myself with words pretty well. As you might have noticed, English isn't my first language, but I think I'm decent enough to at least maybe capture your attention a little bit. The reason why I wanted to express myself in the first place is because right now I'm, I guess, kind of in a bad place mentally, and this is kind of personal, but I'm suffering from heavy depression and bipolar disorder, and well, let's just say that it hasn't been fun in the last couple of weeks, last couple of months, and I feel like expressing myself a little bit might help. And I don't know. You can tell me what you think about it. You can tell me if it's a good or a bad idea. If anyone's ever listening to this, I imagine maybe if you're listening to this, maybe you're one of my subscribers and you're listening to this and you're thinking, "What the fuck is this? I don't want to listen to this." Or you found this by complete luck, and if you are, then that's great, and I hope you stay at least a little bit, listen to what I have to say. But in reality, I feel bad for taking people's attention and stuff. I don't want to take too much space, really. I guess this is kind of part of the depression thing, which is kind of a malicious circle, really, if you think about it, because you don't really want to take space, and then you feel more depressed, and then you don't want to take space, and you feel more depressed. I guess moving on from that topic, though, how about food? I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about food because in the last couple of days I haven't really been eating too well, I guess. I have a tendency to spend a lot of time without eating, and then spending binge eating, as they call it, and having a really big meal, or having a really big day where I eat a lot. And I guess this isn't super good for my digestion and my health, but that's what I like to do. And I eat a lot of fruits and veggies. I try to switch from coffee to tea. I don't drink any sodas. I don't eat any bad food, really, most of the time. But sometimes I do end up at McDonald's. But most of the time, I mean, like yesterday, I ate a bunch of almonds, an apple, and a homemade sandwich, and that was my day. That was the food that I ate yesterday. It's really not a whole lot, and I've been losing a lot of weight lately. I've lost something like 45 pounds. I've went from 180 to 135 at my lowest, but now I'm back at 140, which is maybe more acceptable, I guess. though a lot of that weight is still fat and not muscle because I barely have any muscles on me. Um, so even though, I only weighed 135 pounds, I still wished I was thinner and lighter because I still had a little belly there. Um, Not that much. You could see some abs. It was the most aesthetic, I guess, abdomen I've ever had, but it was still not as good as I wanted to be. Um, but yeah, with binge eating, it's kind of a problem. Tomorrow I was planning on waking up early and at 6:30 a.m. going to the mom and pop's restaurant here in where I live, and having a big breakfast before I go to work because I don't know, I just feel like it. It's one of the things that I like doing, I guess. Going to mom and pop's restaurant to eat breakfast. I think it's really comforting. It's really a homey feeling. You get a pretty big meal and you don't have to do the dishes and you don't have to cook it yourself, and only costs like $12 and it can last you until the afternoon, so that's pretty good. Though I don't know if it's that bad for your health though. I mean, eggs and a little bit of bacon, coffee, bread, potatoes, a bit of fruits, shouldn't be that bad, I guess. I don't know why I feel guilty all the time going there. I guess it's because most of the people going there are old people, and I don't know, I don't feel like it's a place where people of my age should go. Whatever. On the subject of binge eating, I started a little habit lately where I eat stuff directly from the jar with like a spoon, such as maple syrup, which is really good. And just today I had some strawberry jam that I've been eating out of the jar with a spoon. It's really good. And I don't know, I can't seem to stop. I like it. It's filling, whatever. At least it's not like cake frosting or whatever, anything really, really bad. Maple syrup is natural sugar, and strawberry jam, I take care of buying the one that's good for your health, and I don't take the crappy brands that are cheaper and just full of sugar. So it shouldn't be that bad. To kind of move on to our next topic, lately, I've always said that if they added Banjo-Kazooie to Smash Ultimate on the Switch, that I would buy a Switch and buy Smash only for that character. And a couple of weeks ago, they did announce Banjo-Kazooie for Smash Ultimate as a DLC character, and 20 minutes later I had bought a Switch off Amazon, and it arrived 2 days later, or I think 3 days later. I don't know, I'm not sure, but I've been enjoying it since. I have Smash Ultimate. I've bought the Fighters expansion pass, I guess you can call the season pass for every fighter. I bought Piranha Plant, all that stuff. That's great. I've also bought Mario Odyssey, which is cool. It's kind of easy though. I mean, most of the time. I feel like you can get 80, 85, maybe 90% of stuff in the level fairly easily just by walking and doing things. And that's pretty fun, that's pretty cool. But then you got that small amount of things that you still need to find and you can't, then it becomes really annoying because you can look in the level for a really long time and it's not super satisfying to when you finally find it. It's more I don't know. It's like angry, angering really, because it's just like, well, here it was. Well, god damn it, I was looking for it all over the place, and it was there. That's not all that fun, but you know, I've still been enjoying it. It's as I said, mostly easy. I've been flying through the game. I have every single moon that I can possibly get up until the Food Kingdom, or the Bowser Kingdom, at least the one of the last kingdoms. So yeah, that was that. I've been also playing Tetris 99 on the Switch, which is an extremely infuriating game. It's far from being easy. I can generally, I mean, most of the time, 90% of the time, I can get in the top 50 players out of 99. But really, I think the lowest place I've ever got was 13th. I'm not sure. I don't really look for the spot, the position that I'm in at the end. Unless it's first or second, whatever. Then I'll look. But I don't really pay too much attention to it. I think it's kind of crazy how, like, you can play a whole game and try to get double and triple Tetrises and just really screw up people, and you don't get a single kill. But then you at 80 players, you look at the scoreboard and there's a guy with like 3 to 4 kills. It's kind of scary to think about. Like, no matter how good you play, at the end of the day, you're gonna have to face that guy at the end, right? So you really need those kills, really. Otherwise, you're really gonna have a bad time. And even then, the game kind of switches to not really doing things with a strategy, but it's more like you have to clear the lines faster than you get the blocks, and that's kind of stressful. Also, I've been accidentally dropping pieces all over the place, and it's really aggravating. I don't know why. I try to move from left to right, and sometimes they just drop on the wrong place. And yeah, it's kind of what I wanted to say about video games, I guess. Had another subject here, which was work. I don't know what you guys think of your job, but mine is honestly kind of boring these days. I'm not really having a whole lot of fun going to work, and don't really feel, I guess, accomplished doing it. It's mostly, sitting around waiting for problems to happen, and then solving problems. And even though I have things that I need to do daily, and those things take maybe like an hour every day, but then I have to wait 7 hours and hope that there's going to be problems in the building. But then fixing problems, you try to fix it good so that it doesn't happen again. And if you're doing your job properly, problems won't really happen all that often, and then you can't do your job at all. So it's a double-edged sword, I guess, because you can do your job really bad and still have a job. You have job security, I guess. But in the end, really the worst thing is, back in the day, my first office that I got when I showed up at that place was I had a closed office with the front door facing me. So if you entered the room, you would not be able to see what was on my screen, and you'd have to walk all the way around the counter or I guess the desk, to see on my screen. So I could go on YouTube, I could do a whole lot of stuff, browse the web when there was downtime, and downtime is mostly like 75 to, I don't know, like 80% of my day. So really, when they did renovate the building, I lost my office, which is kind of sad because I'm the only person who lost an office. Everyone who had an office, everyone else except for me, got another office, and everyone who was in a, I guess, communal space got cubicles, little desk in a row where everyone can see everyone's screen, um, which kind of sucks because I'm at the end of the row, I'm in the back, so every single person who walks behind me to go, let's say, go get a coffee or go to the bathroom, is going to see what I'm doing, and that's a lot of people. There's probably like a person every minute that walks behind me and checks, what he's doing, and mostly I've been trying to find things that looked like work, things that were text based, I guess, reading. You can't really read a book PDF, but because it looks like a book. But you can go on Wikipedia, you can go on Reddit, on text-based subreddits, but it's really, really, really boring now. It's been a couple of years like this, and I'm beginning to be stretched really thin, and I don't really have the energy to keep on faking it, honestly. And these days my boss is asking me to write down everything that I'm doing with the time and how much time it takes, and so you can analyze, well, you're spending half of your day helping people, or you're spending 5% of your day, let's say, developing, a new software or something, which is really unfair for me because every other people in the IT teams, really, they have developer jobs, and they get a project, they work on it for 5 hours or something, maybe like 20 hours even, and then they only have to write down one thing, and for 20 hours I was doing this, great, easy. But for me, most of my log times are 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and you have to really keep up and take notes as how much time you've been spending on everything, and it's really stressful, to be honest. I really don't like that. The worst thing is when you are doing something that's gonna take maybe an hour, and then someone comes over and says, well, I have a problem with my computer or something. Then you have to count how much time you've been spending on that 1 hour project, and then that person has to wait for you to calculate, and sometimes you don't even know. Sometimes you don't know when you started that 1 hour project, so you have to go back in the logs and calculate, well, that this is the start of the day, so add every single time logs that I have, and so I started my 1 hour project at 3 hour 43 minutes, and then you can count how much time you've been spending on it. It's really not that great, and I think the worst part is really, since I have so much free time at work, I kind of have to lie about it, and things that take 5 minutes, well, let's just say that they take 15 in the log, or things that take an hour, well, they take 2 hours in the log. I know it's not super ethical, but the other option is just to write down, I've been, just dozing off for 5 hours, sorry, right? Because at the end of the week, that's like over half of, well, maybe not over half, but like last week I was missing 15 hours in the log because I didn't write down anything when I wasn't doing anything, so that's 15 hours wasted on a 40-hour week. So I lied to my boss saying, well, sorry, I forgot to log in my time, but in reality I wasn't doing anything, which I think would make him angry to pay me for almost double the work that I do. But in reality, I guess it's kind of his fault because I've really, you know, I've been asking him for a long time, like, hey, I really don't have a whole lot of things to do. Do you have something for me to do? And he would say, well, no, not really. And I got tired of it at one point, to just go and ask him 3 times a day, like, what do you want me to do? I've been here for 5 years, and I'm still on a, I'm doing what you're telling me to do, and you're not telling me to do anything. So, and you're mad when I'm not doing anything. So, I got kind of tired of it. I just said, well, fuck off. I'll just do my thing, and sometimes I take my phone and I go to the bathroom, and I don't know, I spend like 15 to 20 minutes to half an hour just in there, just browsing, the internet, Reddit, stuff like that. Things that I can't, look at on my computer screen, not because it's, porn or anything bad, but just because it's not work related, and like I can't watch like a review for a video game, let's say. I can read it though. I can read it, but you gotta be careful about those pictures and images. Can't have that. So, yeah, I've been doing that, but when I do that, I feel kind of bad because in reality, there's 2 bathrooms in my side of the building. Sorry, only 2 bathroom, and taking one and locking it for 30 minutes, it's kind of a shitty thing to do, really, pun intended. But people come back, and sometimes people just wait in front of the door, like they see that the door is locked, and they just wait, and you hear them walking in a circle in front. You don't hear them leaving, and it's like, well, alright then, I guess I'll fake wash my hands and leave, whatever. It's kind of aggravating. So, which is why some of the times I go into the IT storeroom to do that, to check on my phone, because only IT has the key to go in there. But problem is, if I'm not at my desk, then I guess my boss gets the call, and if he needs something in the store, then he's gonna come find me. He's gonna see me, which happened a couple of times. But I'm smart about it. I go in a cabinet and I open the cabinet doors, so when he enters the room, he sees me looking inside a cabinet, and I can put the phone, either at the back of the cabinet or in my pockets, and it really looks like I was looking at inside the cabinet searching for something. So, but I don't know if he caught on, because he if he got it, because it's been like 3 times he found me looking in the cabinet. I don't know. Sometimes lately I just been spending time at work, sitting down and in a fetal position. I try to find a little hiding spot where people can see me. Back in the day, before the renovations, there was a 3rd floor that really only one person went every day, and it was a safe place to go take a nap or lay down, and now it's gone. So I used to go inside empty offices, but now they're all full, so I can't really do that. But there is one cubicle that is really, like, if you lay down in a fetal position in the corner, people can't really see you when they're walking by, unless they go to that specific desk, but no one's at that desk, so no one has a reason to go. I don't know. So I've been doing that, sitting down in a fetal position, knees up, and just rocking back and forth and thinking about life and suicide and all those things. And it's been a rough couple of weeks and months. I don't know if you guys have any ideas about, not ideas, but if you have any stories about depression, maybe especially depression at work, you can, write a comment or something. I'm not forcing you or anything. It's a really personal subject. Um, but yeah, I would like to, I've told my side of the story, kind of. I've started talking about it. There's a whole lot more that I'd like to talk about, but maybe not today. So yeah, I would appreciate it if you guys had any story you'd like to share, then I'd be glad to hear it. So yeah, I guess this is it for the first episode of my podcast. I hope I wasn't too much of a burden for you. I hope that listening to me was at least somewhat entertaining. I hope that my accent wasn't too much of a problem for you. And if I know you in real life and you know me in real life and you're listening to this, then fuck off. Don't talk to me about it in real life because I don't want to talk about it in real life. I just wanted to speak to a screen for a couple seconds, a couple minutes maybe. Yeah, bye.